Friends, so many incidents have occurred in our world that are astonishing. In the history of the world, so many events have occurred which no one can explain. Science have evolved so much, but still, some incidents are having no explanation. Airplanes suddenly disappearing in the air are also part of these incidents. Some mysterious incidents have occurred in the past in which airplanes disappear in air. Those airplanes were searched for years, but they were nowhere to be found. In this video, I will tell you about some of these disappeared airplanes which will definitely make your jaw drop. Hello guys, my name is Mohammad Anik and welcome to my channel Global TV. Recently, Malaysian airline flight C-70 was disappeared and it could not be found even after a 3 years long search. World's most expensive search operation was executed to find that airplane, in which 15 countries were participating. But they couldn't find any major evidence. Even a dead body of a single passenger was not found. It was the most astonishing incident in the history of aviation. Malaysian plane disappeared on March 2014 while flying from Malaysia to China. According to the investigators, this plane crashed in a very high speed, but no one knows how, when, and where it crashed. 239 passengers were boarded on that plane. After a search of 3 years, some evidences were found, but it can be told that they were of the same plane. Till today, nothing has been found of this plane. Some similar parts of the plane were found, but it can be told that they were of the same plane. Friends, now let's talk about the plane whose story is very astonishing. In 1992, a charter plane DC-4 landed on an airport in Caracas, Venezuela. 57 passengers were boarded on that plane. But the astonishing fact is that it was the same plane that 37 years ago disappeared in 1955 while going from New York to Miami. And everyone had no clue where did it went. After landing on Caracas airport, it took off in a few minutes and then was nowhere to be found. This incident was spread all over in media, but no one knows how it happened. Everyone says that its evidence is the audio recording that has the conversation between the pilot and the control tower. Let me tell you what happened in this incident. In 1955, a DC-4 plane, Flight 914, took off with 57 passengers from New York to go to Miami. But during this journey, it vanished from the radar, and then it could never be found. This plane was searched very hard, but in 1955, because the technology was not very advanced, so the search operation was not very big. And then it was considered that this plane crashed in a sea. 37 years had passed after this incident, and the world had forgotten it for long. But on 22nd March, something happened that cannot be believed till now. The story began on 22nd March 1992 at the evening when the air traffic controllers were working on the control tower of Caracas Airport. Air traffic controllers are those guys who control the plane traffic in air so that planes would fly in the told height and direction and they would not collide with each other. According to one worker, he was doing his work, but suddenly a pilot contacted him on the radio. When the air traffic controller asked the pilot about their details, the pilot did not answer and asked where they were. According to air traffic controller, his voice was full of fear. Pilot told him that it is charter flight 914 and it has 57 passengers on board and this flight is going from New York to Miami. Pilot was still scared. The air traffic controller was surprised after listening to the pilot because Miami was 1800 kilometers away from there, and they thought that this plane is lost. This was a very dangerous thing. This plane could not have only had an accident, but can also damage other planes. That air traffic controller told him that it is Caracas, city of Venezuela, and you are lost. The pilot did not answer anything. People in the control room were waiting for the pilot's answer. After 5 minutes, the pilot asked that can he land this plane on Crassus Airport? The air traffic controller allowed him so that there could be no disaster. The runway was cleared immediately. After some time, the people in the control room saw that a very old plane is descending on Crassus Airport. They had never seen that type of plane before. It was a very old plane. Suddenly, the pilot contacted them again. The voices of the pilot started coming. Both pilots were talking to each other. A pilot told them that this flight had come from New York and it has to land on Miami Airport on 9:55 in 12 August 1955. The control tower answered surprisingly that what are they talking about? This is 21st May 1992. The pilot shouted, "Oh my God!" The control room told them not to panic and land the plane. The plane had landed now. It seemed like a very old plane. Control room told the pilots that they were sending the ground crew for their help. Ground crew immediately entered the plane. According to them, when they approached the pilots, they told them to stay away, told them that they were leaving now. According to the ground crew, the passengers and pilots seemed to be very terrified. Pilot told the ground crew by hand gesture to stay right there. He was very frightened. The pilot had a calendar in his hand which fell, and a crew member picked it up. The calendar was of 1955. After that, the plane took off and was not seen thereafter. Friends, like I told you that it is not easy to believe in this incident, but it was highly reported in the newspapers of that time and also was highly discussed. According to the air traffic controller, evidence of this incident are the people which were there at that time. Like this, a PIA airplane was also disappeared and no one knows till now where did it went. On 25th August 1979, a PIA Fokker F-27 Flight 404 was going from Gilgit to Islamabad. It had 49 passengers and 5 crew members on board. It was the same route in which recently a PIA plane had crashed. 4 minutes after takeoff, pilots contacted the control tower. Every pilot normally does this contact after takeoff, but this contact was the last contact from the pilot. After that, the plane disappeared from the radar and then was nowhere to be found. This plane was highly searched by the Pakistan Army. Especially one of the tallest mountains, Nanga Parbat, was searched completely, but not even a single piece was found of this plane. It is said that this plane would have crashed on Himalayas' tallest mountains. Thank you for watching this video, and if you're new to my channel, please click the subscribe button and don't forget to click the bell icon so that you can get my new videos frequently. Thank you.